Many people believe they fully understand how the human mind works. But the truth is far more complex and far more subtle. Real mind control is not what we see in movies or dramatic situations. Instead, it exists in everyday conversations, behaviors, and emotional patterns that slowly shape how we think without us even realizing it. In this video, I am going to break down what mind control techniques actually mean in psychology, not fiction, but real human behavior patterns that influence thinking in daily life. There is a truth about the human mind that most people never question. We like to believe that every decision we make is fully conscious and completely logical, but psychology tells a different story. A large part of human thinking happens beneath awareness, shaped by emotion, repetition, and environment. Influence begins in these small, invisible layers of the mind, not through force but through patterns. By the end of this video, you will understand how thoughts can be guided without obvious signs, and how perception slowly changes over time without you even realizing it. Mind influence in psychology is not about domination, but about how attention, emotion, and repetition shape thinking. The human brain naturally pays attention to repeated ideas, trusts emotionally familiar patterns, and accepts consistent information over time. This is how learning works in general, but in social behavior, these same mechanisms can slowly influence perception. When something is repeated often enough, it starts to feel true. When something triggers emotion repeatedly, it starts to feel important. And when both combine, the mind begins to accept ideas without questioning them deeply. Let's bring this into real life. Imagine a workplace situation where a colleague repeatedly says things like, "You usually get stressed under pressure," or "You should double-check everything." You do. At first, it sounds like normal feedback, but over time, these repeated suggestions begin to shape how you see yourself. You may start doubting your abilities even when there is no real reason to do so. Similarly, in relationships, emotional inconsistency, sometimes warm behavior, sometimes distance, can create confusion in the mind. And when the mind is confused, it starts searching for patterns, meaning, and explanation, even where none may exist. To understand this deeper, we need to look at how the brain processes information. The human mind relies heavily on shortcuts because it cannot analyze everything consciously. It depends on emotional signals, familiarity, and perceived authority. Repetition makes ideas feel true. Emotion makes them memorable, and authority makes them believable. When these three combine, perception becomes highly flexible, not because someone is forcing you, but because your brain is naturally designed to adapt to patterns in its environment. Now, the important question is not how this works, but how you stay aware of it. The first step is noticing emotional shifts. If your thoughts or feelings suddenly change in response to someone's words or behavior, pause and observe instead of reacting immediately. Ask yourself whether this thought is truly yours or something you absorbed unconsciously. The second step is slowing down emotional reactions so you can separate logic from feeling. And the third step is building emotional independence, where your thoughts are not easily reshaped by external influence. Here is something most people never realize. Your mind is constantly interacting with the world around you, but that does not mean you lose control over it. It simply means awareness is necessary. Influence itself is not always negative. It depends on what you allow to shape your thinking. Once you understand this, you stop reacting blindly and start observing your thoughts more clearly. That shift alone changes everything. In conclusion, mind control is not about domination or force. It is about understanding how human perception naturally works and how easily it can shift through repetition, emotion, and attention. But awareness changes everything, because once you understand how influence operates, you stop being controlled by it unconsciously. You start seeing behavior, patterns, and communication in a completely new way. And once you reach that level of awareness, you will never see human behavior the same way again.